Hello and welcome to Crypto Weeklies. In this video, we are going to discuss some of the rallying cryptos. None of the content is financial advice. Right now, the social media sentiment on this narrative word cloud over the last 7 days worth of crypto related content on social media platforms, largely bullish. The bullish season is back, largely affected in the positive way is Bitcoin, XRP, Ether, Solana, Cardano. People are talking about the October narrative. The bearish narrative has died down, talking about the government shutdown, uh, and the October related narrative again. You can club those narrative together, October and October. Whereas the altcoin related narrative right now is slightly a smaller fraction of the wider crypto asset attention. You can see over the last 7 days or 30 days or 90 days, BNB has rallied the most in the last 7 days, and also in the last 30 days, second most rallying crypto. Over the last 90 days, BNB is the second most rally crypto as well. That makes BNB the crypto of the day. We are going to discuss all of these charts, by the way, are available on cryptoweeklies.com. Link on the bottom of your screen. They are updated every single day with the latest analytics, such as this narrative word cloud, this performance barometer. This is the home page. The narrative word cloud is over here. The heat map, which is the portfolio barometer based on how these cryptos are at a higher level comparing against their competitors. Over the last over the last week or so, the market is only 44% complete. That is the bull market completion as it stands with respect to the composite risk score is only in the mid 40s right now. That means we are not too risk elevated or not either too low risk like we were back in late 2024 as well as mid April 2025. So this is the composite indicator under the peak valley. Over the last 24 hours, the crypto TLDR, that is the social news sentiment analyzer, these are some of the popular narratives over the last 24 hours in terms of the news headings. And these are classified by our machine learning model as whether they are bearish, bullish, or neutral. As you can see, either they are mostly neutral or bullish. So that means the overall social sentiment as it relates to news related to crypto over the last 24 hours is 84. That means leaning heavily bullish. Anything above 65 is bullish. So that's another good catalyst. Coming back to BNB now, as it relates to the current price action and the regression based fair value. Right now the price of BNB is around $1,100 as we speak, at around $1,133. The regression based risk is only 20% as it stands. The fair value is very close to the current price. The fair value is exactly at around $1,125. The price is significantly close to that polynomial regression based fair value. This tries to identify what's the cutoff point in the in the bullish and the bearish phases of the market cycle, that is accumulating below that line in sand in the bull market or in the bear market is not the worst idea. Again, not financial advice right now, even though we are in the bull market. The price this is not just a linear fair value or logarithmic fair value. This is polynomial regression based fair value, which tries to identify a non-linear relationship and non-linearity in the relationship between the price and time as it relates to a crypto. If we go by what could theoretically happen to BNB, let's say using the regression based approach, you can see in 2018 and 2019 as well as the 2021 cycle, the price at the bull run peak eventually went to the 2 standard deviation dotted red line to identify that euphoria phase in the asset class. If that kind of a future is ahead of us, BNB's price action as it stands, as the regression based fair value stands as of today, that could take potentially the price action to about between 2500 and 2700. If we again if that analysis is if that kind of euphoria does not occur and we go to somewhere where we went before in this cycle between 0.3 and 0.4 risk, and conclude the cycle over there, that in that environment again, price could go as low as about, again, the conservative estimate is at around somewhere between $1,200 and $1,500, about $300 higher than the current price. The the slightly optimistic scenario, but not too outlandish, is between 0.5 risk and 0.7 risk. That's where the price action could go if we have a non-euphoria bull run peak in the next 2 to 3 months between $1,800 and $2,400. The highest permissible rally between 0.8 and one risk is between $2,700 and about $3,300. So that's the risk and reward using this regression based analysis, and again normalizing what price action could be at some of the key price point. Again, just using 6 months look ahead, using this regression based future extension to what the theoretical projected fair value could be towards the end of year 2025 could be at around 1700. The two standard deviation line, if we were to extend it till December, could be as high as about $4,000. So again, extrapolation not that great of an idea, but again, using historical data and regression, these levels can be understood. Again, just to summarize, without major bullish season, $1,500 could be the range per if there is a non-euphoria bull run peak between $1,800 and essentially between $1,800 and $2,500 could be a realistic zone, and anything above that between $2,700 and $3,300, the $3,300, that is the euphoria peak as it stands with the regression based analysis. The machine learning based models though share a slightly different story. This is the weekly price action of BNB, and this data has been fed to the machine learning algorithm. Again, this is not some AI prompt engineering. This is again in-house trained machine learning models using statistical bounds such as confidence levels. This is the one standard deviation bull case forecasted between essentially $1,200 and about $1,600 as it relates to that between 0.3 and 0.4 risk on the regression model. The two standard deviation ceiling or the euphoria ceiling for BNB in the next 3 months is this the 95 percentile or two standard deviation confidence level model. The peak in that environment could be between 12 again as we move towards the end of December could be close to that $2,100, and these are weekly averages. So just to give an example, the weekly average for a week of May 2021 was at around $643. That is the week ending May 9th, 2021. Whereas if you go to the daily price action and on May 9th, 2021, you would see that the price was in that week went as high as about between $670 and $680. So about $40 higher, or in terms of percentage, around 10% higher than the weekly average. So again, another 10% on that 2100 would be again adding up $210. That gets the price action in that euphoria zone close to that $2,300 target. That was the end of between that 0.7 and 0.8 risk, between 0.6 and 0.7 risk as it relates to the regression based valuation. So this is again at 2300, and as we spoke about the DCA model, which is the regression based interpretation of that risk, close to that 2500, that's at around 0.7 risk. So confluence between two different models which are totally distinct from each other. The time weighted average price risk has gone into the orange territory. This is the blue line is the time weighted average price. If the current price is deviated too much away from the time weighted average price, like it did in 2021, again price can stay in that red zone for again 2 to 3 months. We are not in that red zone, but definitely in the orange zone right now. The risk level is at 0.8. Historically speaking, again, whenever it goes close beyond 0.9, that's when market cycle top discussions become more and more prominent. At this stage, the 20-week simple moving average risk is at around 0.56. That's the how the price is with respect to 20-week regression. 20-week simple moving average risk. If you look at this model again, this model, whenever the risk was less than 0.1, that is less than 10%, this model did identify the dip buying opportunity since 2024, as well as the bear market lows of 2022 and 2023. So the 20-week simple moving average model did a great job in that regard. Right now, the risk is kind of elevated at around 0.52. That's because the 20 since the last 20 weeks, essentially since end of July, the price has grown from $670 to almost a 2x of that, close to that $1,200 level. Coming to the key risk zones between 0.6 and 0.7, if that kind of a environment is ahead of us, per this model again, price again, the end of this ceiling again right now is between, sorry, not the 0.6 and 0.7, towards 0.9, and one risk is between roughly speaking $1,200 to $1,250 as it stands as of today. So that's the SMA based projection. Again, that's a shorter term target for BNB. All in all, if we were to estimate a bull run peak for BNB as it stands with respect to the three distinct risk-based model, again not the machine learning model, the other three models that we discussed, the regression risk or the DCA model, the time weighted average price, and the SMA risk, the weighted risk is close to 0.4. If it kind of materialize to 0.95 at the end of the bull run peak, the price could be at around $2,800 or $2,700. That again is confluent with that regression based 0.8 risk, and in that environment, if compared from the current price, that's about a 2.5 or x from the current price of about $1,130. With that, I would like to conclude by saying again, the most prominent risk based target and confluent area is at around between $2,500 and $3,000 for BNB. If we were to pick a number, again, there is a very high likelihood that the price does not top at that number, but that 0.8 risk is coming in at $2,700, and most area of confluence is at that as it relates to multiple model. If we fall a little shy of that, then the $2,300 and the 0.6 risk becomes more and more relevant as it relates to the not just the risk, regression risk based target, but the 95 percentile bull case at around $2,300 as well. With that, I would like to conclude. Hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, please give a like and subscribe, and check out all of these charts as they update at a daily level, and hope to see you again tomorrow. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye bye.